Thank you, Aruna. Yeah, I think it's a very interesting topic that we are talking about today. And I want to thank you. I want to thank the organizers. I want to thank CDPF. I want to thank the Youth Forum for the honor given to me to actually share some lights on climate change and how it impacts on persons with disability, looking at it from the inclusive lens. So having said that, I want to say that it's timely that we are doing this because since everybody is talking about climate change now and its impact on individuals globally, and we don't want our community to actually be left behind. So for me, having been doing this, working in this space for quite some time, I know that climate change, let me just start from there, impacts persons with disability in hugely because they are more vulnerable. Um, for example, in the area of limited access to climate information, in Nigeria, we just had, in fact, we are still in the middle of it. This is our rainy season in Nigeria, and we have a lot of flooding going on everywhere. It has impacted a lot of us. In fact, we are just identifying so many persons with disabilities at now in some of the states where we work. And then before the flood, there have been some alerts going on here and there. I mean, the Nigerian Meteorological Agency have been alerting people and saying, look, flooding is coming when the outlook was launched and all of that. But what is an issue is that many persons with disability, especially the community of the deaf, were not able to even hear because the deaf community is actually excluded from the warning signs that was prompted because there are no sign language in the system within the system. And so it was difficult for the families and them to also hear, especially when these families reside in the rural areas where communication in general is an issue. So climate change information is very limited and not accessible to persons with disability. Um, Assessing and also ensuring to climate change adaptation and mitigation strategies because of physical barriers, communication barriers, some social barriers, and all of that. They are all great issues that have impact the community of persons with disability. And you also know that because persons with disability already have an impairment, so there's also increased vulnerability. And this vulnerability definitely impacts in the area of um, some very specific issues. If you look at persons with albinism, for example, the extreme heats, before we started to get especially in many parts of Africa, um, before the dry rainy season, there's always very extreme dry season, and it's accompanied by extreme heat. Many persons with albinism are also a victim of that. This is also part of the global issues, especially that have to do with the global warming. And then you see their skin is falling off, and then there's skin cancer and all of that. So it's also still affecting a lot of persons with disability. And then another one is around lack of inclusive policies. So these are some of the problems that we are also looking at. It's also a challenge in that area when you don't have inclusive policies. That also speaks to issues of persons with disability. We always have generic policies. In Nigeria, we have a climate change policy. Nigeria is also a part of those that signed into the Paris Agreement, as some and many countries in in Africa, the whole of Africa, and across the Commonwealth. But if these policies or these treaties are not really capturing issues of persons with disability, then it becomes an afterthought. So that is what the situation is always in, especially when the issues like this come on. So these are some of the issues that I would like to highlight right now. But I want to also look at it to our forum, what we are discussing, the kind of target community we are talking to here, and also and that is the young persons with disability. Yeah.